Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And today, we want to follow up on the story, that incident that took place in Montego Bay, that 3 persons lost their lives. Now, in that incident, all of 10 persons were shot based on what the police are reporting. 3 fatally and the others injured. But the part that has me disturbed and the part that has me coming back to you this morning to talk about that said incident is the fact that a 10-year-old girl who was shot in the head as the gangsters unleashed deadly gunfire in Montego Bay on Wednesday afternoon is reportedly battling for life at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The child and her mother were among 5 bystanders who were hit with bullets as gangsters in a speeding car chased and killed 3 men and injuring 2 others who had departed a funeral. And the deceased have been identified as 27-year-old Leon Brown, bartender of Williams Street, Montego Bay, 20-year-old Rashid Blackman Watson, unemployed of Lime Tree Lane, Glendevon, and 18-year-old Robert 1010 Headley, unemployed of King Street in Montego Bay. And what the Gleaner is saying this morning is that well-placed sources at the Cornwall Regional Hospital says the bullet that is reportedly have been fired from a rifle struck the child at an angle that may result in significant damage. The source who confirmed the child has undergone surgery was not able to say if she had regained consciousness. Well, just a brief rundown on what happened. About 2 p.m. on Wednesday, Watson Brown Headley, 22-year-old man and a 29-year-old woman, were traveling back to Montego Bay in a black Toyota Mark X in St. James when they noticed a Toyota Crown motor car trailing them. The driver of the Mark X tried to elude the other car by turning onto Cottage Road in downtown Montego Bay when the occupants of the chasing vehicle began opening fire. The Mark X crashed, and you all know what took place there. Now, my point is, yesterday, a 5-year-old was killed in New Haven after rival gangs traded bullets. The little girl was in the confines and the comfort of her home, but yet still, bullet pierced the house and took this little child's life who was lying on her bed. She was not involved. Her parents, based on what we are hearing, was not involved in anything. But gunmen who walk the streets and decide to create mayhem, fire indiscriminately. They don't know how to fire a weapon. They were never taught. They just pick up a weapon and try to do something. Take the life of a 5-year-old. Now, what happened in Montego Bay is something cause for concern. And I see this morning where the police in charge of that area is saying that they are not losing the battle. I beg to differ. It seems as if criminals in Montego Bay turn it up whenever they feel like and turn it down when they feel like. In that story this morning, he made some very good points too, but I don't see what he's seeing, that they're not losing the battle. I don't see police having crime under control in Montego Bay. He's saying that residents have to give the police quality information so that the police can get rid of these men, which I do believe. The other part that I might believe is that he said since the police presence, these gangsters are displaced, so they're all over the place. That maybe I'll agree with. But as it relates to having crime under control down in Montego Bay, I differ. And I think crime in Montego Bay should have been more under control based on the fact that the Minister of National Security, some of these incidents are taking place in his constituency. Anyway, he said yesterday that there are some 32 gangs that he have his eyes on. Well, we don't want to hear the 32 gang you have your eyes on. We want to get rid of them. Now, back to the salient point. A 10-year-old girl with her mother on the street, going about their business or doing whatever, have no cares, no threat that violence will pop up at their door. Instantly now, the mother has suffered gunshot wounds and the child is battling for life. Kids in Jamaica are living some very, I don't even know how to describe it. Their life is in turmoil. They are being preyed upon. They are being killed. They don't have a comfortable life. Let the kids grow up. Why are we trying to destroy the kids? They say the children are the future. And if we consistently take the life of children, what are we saying? Jamaica is heading down a very slippery road and it's becoming a failed state. We should be dealing with coronavirus. Now we'll be dealing with coronavirus plus crime. It's a sad story, sad situation, and I hope this 10-year-old girl will battle through and recover. But chances are, based on what we are reading here, even if she recover, she might have no use for herself later on in life. All because of criminals fighting against each other for what we don't know. And these criminals are not walking with the simplest gun, you know. They're walking with the big machine. Based on what we heard there in Montego Bay, while the chase was on, men were hanging out the window and firing indiscriminately. How many vehicles were damaged? 10 persons were shot. And yet still, we don't see nobody blocking the streets. We don't see no demonstration. We don't see nobody calling for justice for these kids. But yet still, we saw a so-called party demonstrating against the vaccine. Let's not focus on the minority. Let's focus on the majority. People are being killed. Kids can't live in peace. And yet still, some of us are here and we support and we highlight these criminals while the kids are living in fear. Some of them can't go back to school based on the fact that school is on remote learning due to coronavirus. But yet still, you'd worry about your child going to school because accident can happen. But now you got to worry about your child even in the confines of your home. It's just a sad story, sad situation. Jamaica is bleeding this morning. 5-year-old girl murdered yesterday. A 10-year-old battling to save her life in the Cornwall Regional Hospital while criminals sleep peacefully in their bed last night and going forward. These criminals should never sleep peacefully. And persons who know these persons should find some way to give police information so we can rid the street of these criminals. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. So as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, look out for the children, look out for a neighbor, look out for a loved one. And most of all, keep it locked at My Opinion TV.